You have amazing people that put their heart and their soul into the things they create for you because of the vision of what's possible. My job today for those of you in the room is for you to understand what's possible for you. Today is not about you changing who you are and becoming an internet marketing pro or a computer programmer. That's not what we're about to talk about. Today, we're going to let you know that you have everything you require because of who you already are and the things you've already done and the system we're about to share with you to be great in this company. We're going to show you that you already have what you require to actually earn the income you desire. Some of you may have come today and you didn't even know what was possible for yourself. You didn't even know what could happen for yourself. And in a moment, you will. I've been just jittery in the back, so excited that I get to be the one to be able to share this with you because I know what a gift it is. So I want to just take a moment. I want you to look to your neighbor on the side and say, success is possible for you, isn't it? Go ahead. You guys like that, isn't it? Thank you, Brian. All right. So we're gonna go ahead. This is perfect. So I want to give you permission to participate. When you see what we talk about today, it's okay to get excited and say, yeah! When you see something that you actually like and you get it, and you say, man, that's going to fix a problem I've had in my business, the word I have for you today is bingo. Can we all try that? Bingo. So if you hear something that you're like, man, that's been a problem in my business, and now it's solved, I just want you to say, bingo. All right? Super easy. So we're going to start off today, before I show you the sneak peek of the back office and we go into our presentation, we're going to start off today with a story, okay, about what's possible for you. And it's a bit of my story, and it will show you what's possible for yourself in this industry. See, some of you in this room understand these products, and you love them for yourself. You understand that this is powerful and something great could happen. But the challenge you have is you don't know if it's possible for you. Does that make sense? There's a moment for each and every single one of you where you're going to get it that it's possible for you. You know, it was 8 years ago that I met I already knew her, but I saw a school teacher. How many of you would say that a school teacher in Chicago is that like the dream lifestyle income job, right? Being a substitute English teacher, you earn massive amounts of income. She was earning about $20,000 a year. It was my elder sister, so I knew her my whole life. And I watched my sister, when I was only 17 years old, join a company and within 1 year earn over $100,000 in extra cash for her family in that business. And I watched her transform what was possible for her. That was a moment for me where this business went from my head to my heart, and I understood what it does for men and women all around the world. I hope that some of you have that moment for yourself today. Some of you think you have to be professional salespeople to be successful, or you have to be this super grandiose person that someday you'll be if you're going to get the results you desire, and it's simply not true. Those of you that can click and take a selfie can be successful, and I'm going to show you that today. Fair enough? Yeah. Who can take a selfie? All right, we're going to talk about making it as easy as a selfie. So go ahead and bring it up, guys. Let's show them what it looks like. All right, this is your Kannaway platform. We're going to go into exactly how it works, but you can access this now because this is the internet. We're live, so it's not next week. It's not later. If you go on your tablet device or go ahead and flip it over, guys, for the mobile phone. You can go to your mobile phone. You can use it now on your devices. We've been building systems for 14 years, and there's no beta testing to be done or bugs to be worked out. We're literally just continuing to load content to this platform for you to be able to powerfully use it for your business. Does that sound awesome? All right, let's flip it over to the presentation and go ahead and get started, guys. So we're going to go ahead and move. We'll go ahead and grab, here's the clicker. That's going to make that a lot easier. All right, go ahead and flip it over, guys, and that'll work great. Excellent. I want you guys to take a moment and give it up for the tech team. They've been doing awesome work. We'll see which one's the correct clicker. You know what, technology, not for everybody, right? So you see, it's okay to just practice with it and see if it works. So right or left isn't working. We'll see if that one works. Go ahead and advance one more time. Perfect. Go ahead and advance it. I'll just let you guys know when to advance if it doesn't work. And we'll go. Perfect. What we're going to be talking about today is what you require in your business to have a powerful cash-producing business in your life. You've heard today about connecting skills with others. You've heard today great speakers talking about how to share the story. You've heard today people talking about a three-way call and the ability to follow up and close business. Yes? Yes. So let's talk about what's possible for each of you with technology. Is that okay? Yeah. Awesome. Well, here it is, gang. We're going to walk through this today. This is what we call the simple share cycle here inside of Kannaway. And what the simple share cycle makes possible for you is it gives you the tools you require 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to build your business. You don't need to wait for Thursday night to the next home meeting. You don't need to wait till Wednesday morning at that breakfast club meeting to earn money and make sales. You can do it any moment of the day. Does that make sense? I want to share an affirmation with you guys. We talked about affirmations earlier, about what you believe. You're going to hear a little bit about the internet today. I had an affirmation when I was earning my first multiple six figures in network marketing that went like this. It went like, all the people I required earn a massive six-figure income, already exist, and are already looking for me on Facebook. I used to say that every single day because it was true. And what do you know? Made multiple six figures with people from Facebook because I knew that all the people I required were already on Facebook and were already looking for me. And you can create your own affirmations about what's possible in your life. And when you see what we're going to go through today, we actually walk through how these tools work, you're going to see that you can do it. And the key here for each of you is that you're the leaders here in the room, right? The people here who showed up today, you're not just the people getting started in Kannaway, right? You came to this event. Why? Because you have teams. There's people at home. Some of you have customers at home and people at home that didn't know if they could do the business or not. And after you see what you're going to see right now, are going to know, I can do this. Does that make sense? I want you to pay attention because that's what you're going to be sharing. That's actually the key. You guys are all good. I already know that. You guys watching, you guys are all good. You're the leaders from all over. I'm talking about the people who aren't here today. It's critical that we share this message with them. So let's get into it. If these four components, go ahead and stay on the slides, guys. If these four components are not happening in your business, the connecting, the sharing, the closing, and cloning, you guys can go ahead and flip it over to the PowerPoint on the screen. If in the back, you guys can go ahead and flip it over to the PowerPoint on the screen. And if those four things are not happening inside of your business, if they're not showing up on the screen, you don't have to use NLP on the tech guys. They're working hard. Go ahead and leave the screen to the PowerPoint, gang. It'll be great. If those things are not happening in your business is not growing. So let's go ahead and talk about connecting. The first part of our connecting strategy that we're going to be sharing with you is K-Way News. And some of you heard about ShareEngine in the past and this idea of building a viral social media content sharing network for Kannaway. We took it up a couple notches by giving you the K-Way News site. This is already live, already operational, already has content on it. Much more content is coming soon. You don't need to write your own content to introduce people into Kannaway. You don't need to be this great social media writer and think of really cute posts or any of that to be successful. That's right. All you have to do is click share. Who shared any good cat videos lately, right? If you've shared a cat video, you can build this business. Look at your neighbor and say, if you shared a cat video, you can build this business. Let me tell you how the technology works. We'll get into it in a second, and I'll show you on the screen. How it works is when you share an article, there's a little bit of a coded link to you. So these banner ads that are on the screen, let's just leave it on the screen, gang. These banner ads on top with playing the video, or on the side, or in the footer, are actually all connected to a capture page that's yours. So what happens when you share content on Twitter, Google+, LinkedIn, Facebook, and you hashtag it up, and you're just sharing great viral content, you're not spamming your friends with the same post, join my hemp business, join my hemp business. That's not what you're doing. You're sharing great articles about CBD and what's possible in their life with these things, and about the defined skincare line. You're sharing things about that, so it's information. It's not spam. When they click on it and they go to view the video, they're going to get sent to your capture page inside of the system. This is coded to you. What's great about this is when people come to this line, this is not about becoming a BA. This is about customers, folks. Do you know what's so great about having a lot of customers in your business? You make a lot of money. I got a question for you. Has anyone had a team member come up to them and say, man, I'm just not making enough money in Kannaway. Have you ever had them say that? And then you say, well, what's the problem? They say, well, I don't know. I'm just not making that much money yet. You say, well, what's your volume? They say, well, it's kind of low. You say, well, that's why your check's low. There's no problem. It's all working great. Get the volume up and your check will be up. Isn't that true? That's all it is. So why don't we get some more customers in our life? Because customers become BAs. When they try these products, they refer a few friends to get the products for free, they become BAs. It's like, if you think, I don't need customers, and you have that attitude, you know what that's like? That's like skipping out on dating. Can you imagine meeting someone on Christian Mingle or on Match.com, and the first time you go out with them for coffee, you're like, let's get married. Is that going to work? Might you be disappointed in your expectations? Possibly, right? So some of you think that everyone in the world would love to be a BA with these products, right? You may be a BA or a badass with these products, but they might not, right? So is it okay that we start them as a customer first and they get a great experience? Yes, it's okay. I give you permission. It's okay. Perfect. When they go to your website and they click on Discover the Secret, it pulls up a form. And when they fill out the form, the system sends a text message and an email to you, letting you know instantly in real time they filled out the form. You guys catch that? So you can be about your day, doing the thing you're doing. You just shared a thing on Facebook about your day, and blink, blink. Oh, Joanne just visited my website. Give her 5-10 minutes to watch the awesome video on the inside. Let's go ahead and advance. All right, this clicker. There we go. Thanks, guys. You know, I'm probably pressing it, and you guys are pressing it. Thank you. So they have this awesome 10-minute video on the inside. They're watching it. And you're like, oh, Joanne's watching it. Sweet. So what do? You wait 10 minutes. Oh, we'll back up. You wait 10 minutes. And then what do? Call her. Now, did you have to be a super salesperson to get Joanne to go to the website? Now, when you call her back, she's already watched the overview video. Do you have to be a super salesperson to close Joanne? No, you can say, man, Joanne, that stuff's pretty incredible, isn't it? Joanne, you'd probably like to try some, wouldn't you? Would you like to order today? She's going to say what? Yes or no. Totally fine, right? It's okay. If she says no, what are we going to do? We're going to introduce her to another step. We're going to talk about steps. Not everyone gets married after the first exposure, even as a customer. So you keep them, and it's going to be another cycle of life when they join you. Now, let's say that they're pumped. They see the video, and they want to try it now. They click Shop Now. They click Shop Now. They click Shop Now. And it goes to your, we'll advance the slide, and it goes to, we'll back it up. It's just delayed a little bit. It'll catch up. Goes to your shopping cart site. This is linked to you, to your Kannaway store. So the whole system's connected. So if they click Shop Now and decide to purchase a pack right there, who gets paid? You do. All right. Starting to get it? Are some people going to buy straight from watching the video? Yes. Are all people going to buy just from watching the video? No. That's okay. See, sometimes we get caught up in ourselves and we think, I have to be this professional salesperson to run this business, and everyone will say, yes, if I'm good, and we attach our identity to that. And it's not true, gang. You're just powerful inviters and sorters. That's what you want to think about as yourself. Say, I'm just an inviter and sorter. I'm just sorting through the people, the ones that want to be here, the ones that don't, God bless them. And it's totally cool. And that's how you can think. So who likes the strategy for some customers? Do we like that? All right, give it up for the team at home. It's such great work. So let's flip it over. What about growing your team with a BA? I love that you guys chose BA as the name of your team members, because I'm like, hey, are you BA? Right? He gets it, right? He's like, are you BA? That's right. People want to be a BA in their life, don't they? Don't they? Right? Yes, they want to win, right? Yes. I got to explain something real quick. When you invite someone to be a BA in your Kannaway business, you're doing something magical in their life. You're creating something that's possible for them that they didn't even know was possible before. When you invite that single mom who's trying to take care of her kids to be in Kannaway as a BA, you're trying to tell her that it's possible for her to earn that extra $500 a month she's wanted. When you invite that stay-at-home mom to do this, and she tells her husband, this is the one, It's your responsibility to assist that person to get the results because they said this was the one. And you told them it was possible for them. This system makes it possible for them. When you enroll that young student or that person who's just out of college and the opportunity of being a BA, you want to ask those questions like that chart Mr. Rest showed us today because you want to get their real goal and then help them get it. Because you don't have to do that millions of times to make money. Don't even have to do it thousands or hundreds of times. You actually only have to do it a handful of times, and those lives ripple out. It's powerful. So who wants to see what we can do to enroll some BAs? Ready? Let's do it. All right. So some of you know what I'm talking about here. I said that the whole business is about sorting. How many of you have spent way too much time hanging out with suspects instead of prospects? All right? Here's my gift to you, and Troy's gift to you, and Seth, the whole team. We want you guys to be able to know that difference quickly. We don't want you to waste a lot of time with suspects. We want you to be able to get to the point of see who's a prospect and who's a suspect. Because this is what a suspect looks like when you show them the information, right? Or they're walking out of the meeting, right? They're like, what was that? Is it legal? You know? And then there's the prospect who says, whoa, this is cool. Where can I learn more? I have a few questions, but they're quality questions. I'm seriously considering this, right? So let's talk about how we can help you get the prospects and away from working with suspects. This was my curse when I started in the industry. I spent 8 months doing all the right things, going to meetings, handing out flyers years ago. Doing it all. I'd call and I booked 6 people to the meeting, and I'd drive in the snowy streets of Chicago, getting around. I'd show up, and no one would be there. And I'd say, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with these people? They promised me they'd be there. I'd get so frustrated and say, man, this thing doesn't work. Is that really true? No. Those people weren't real prospects. They didn't deserve for me to go drive and meet with them because I hadn't properly set them up. It was me that was the problem. So you have to separate first if they're a suspect or a prospect. How do you do that? When you take your pen and your paper and write small commitment on one side and then write big commitment on the other. What is a big commitment? Will you come down and meet with me at the meeting? That's kind of a big commitment. Are people kind of conscious of their time these days? Yeah, right? That's a big commitment. So don't start off with a big commitment. You start off with a small commitment. What's a great small commitment? How about, can you watch this 3-minute video? Is that an easier small commitment? If someone's not interested after the 3-minute video, should you leech onto them and follow them everywhere they go? No, right? No, that's your filter to show you, oh, that one's a suspect, not a prospect. Do we get that? And the funnel I'm about to show you in a moment does just that for you. Is that fair enough? So let's talk about it. We have a couple different capture pages inside of the system that you're going to be able to use to target for BAs. We have some of you that are online marketers understand that you need different capture pages for different types of web traffic, whether you're calling a friend on the phone and inviting them to take a look, or whether you're doing an email ad swap campaign or pay-per-click or Craigslist. There's different pages that work better. And so we gave you a number of different pages because different ones work for different types of traffic. We made it easy for those of you, though, by giving you the main one. And this is the one that's going to work when you're calling people and inviting them over the phone to go take a look at the opportunity to be a BA. This is the main one you're going to use. Because what are we talking about? We're talking about the green rush, right? And we're inviting them to take a look. Many of you have already seen this video that's on this page. This is the 2-minute, 14-second, what is hemp? It's not marijuana, right? How's that video working for you? Say, yeah, if it's working good. I've heard just incredible things about your results of that video. It's just done such a great job. Now, you have to give it up for the video team. They have filmed 6 different videos that are all being combined into one awesome BizOp presentation for you for the other side of this page. And 4 of the 6 are already done, and I already have them, and the others are being done this week. So we have a number of them already up there. I want to let you know the final one of the videos on the inside of the funnel when you go look at it this afternoon will be in one more week. We shot tons of videos for the system to get it up for you guys in the last week and a half, and that was just one that we're still finishing up. Okay, fair enough? So when you see the inside of the funnel, it's totally cool. Now what happens is when you invite someone to go to this page and they fill out the form, you get a text message and an email. Good news. You know they actually went. How many of you just waste time following up with people who never did what you invited them to do? Right? Do you need to do that? No. Right? Let's get over that. After they go into the system, it's going to start automatically emailing them personal autoresponders, stories of people in Kannaway, what it's done in their life to them from you. Automatically. You don't need to send emails to them. It's going to start sending them for you, and they're from you. It comes from your email address. It looks like you sent it, has your name at the bottom. Yeah. And now if they click reply, and they say, oh my gosh, Joanne's story is incredible. How can I try this? Where's that reply going to? You, right? Because it's your email address. All right? So you're going to get some emails back. You're going to get some phone calls back. People will go through the funnel. But since you got the text, what do you think you should do after you get it? She said it. Call them, right? Don't be afraid of the phone. All you're doing is sorting, right? Just like Brian said. You're calling her saying, wow, the timing on this opportunity is pretty critical, isn't it? Right? Hey, looks like some people are going to make a lot of money in this, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah. You can see yourself doing this, can't you? Oh, isn't that stuff easy? It's so easy. It's just fun. Now, what happens if people don't say yes right there? What if they don't join your business right from watching those awesome videos that we put together? We have different follow-up steps, right? Some of you do three-way calls, right? Some of you do live in-person one-on-ones. You do all sorts of things to follow up and close business. How many of you, just being really honest, have challenges asking people for money? It's a skill that you're working on still and you're getting there. Thanks for being honest. It's a skill that can take a while as a closer, and it's a reason a lot of people who are new to network marketing honestly don't earn an income yet. They're great at inviting, great at sharing the story, and then they kind of wig out in their mind when it comes to following up, closing, and asking for money. Would it help if I let Seth ask for you every single time instead of you while you're learning? I thought so too. So what I've done is I've taken Seth and Billy and Ray and the whole group, and we've taken your Google Hangout sessions and we put them in your very own replicated webinar link. So you have a special link that every single Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday night at 6 p.m. Eastern, they do live Google Hangouts for you. What's incredible is when you invite people to this page and they fill out the form, you're going to get a and why is that important? So you know they're there, right? And when they go, they're also going to start getting automatic emails from you. And what's going to happen is it's going to play that live Hangout right there. Something's really incredible about this Hangout technology. Some of you have been in other companies before that used webinars to close business. And most companies have a really weak close at the end of their webinars. You know what it sounds like? You guys know how this works? They do the whole presentation, and they're trying to help you, the new person, be successful. And at the end of the webinar, they say, get back with the person who invited you to sign up. Click, and they end the session. Is that really effective? Lots of stuff doesn't happen because of those words. Get back with the person who invited you to sign up. Click. We don't end our presentations that way at Kannaway for a reason. What do? We build awesome tools like this for you where the link below the webinar is actually connected to your sign-up page. So at the end of their webinars, they just say, click below to sign up today, and they walk people through enrollment. Is that a better way to help you close business? Yes. Give it up for your leaders. They're killing it. Awesome. Now, some people are going to sign up from these, and some people aren't. So let's talk about what's next for you. Okay, I call this part, this back office is just so incredible because it allows you to keep track of the relationships. See, some of you see this system today, and some of you deep down inside for an online system are thinking, oh goody, I won't ever have to talk to people again. If that's in your heart, you miss the point. I want to just encourage you to understand that this system is not about talking to less people at all. It's all about helping you separate those suspects from the prospects. Is that fair? Now, I'm going to get real with you right now. How many of you decide that in your heart that you want to earn $1,000 a month in Kannaway? And you know you want to earn at least $1,000? How many of you want to earn $5,000 a month? How many of you desire to earn $10,000 a month? How many of you desire to earn $30,000 a month in Kannaway? $30,000 a weekend in Kannaway. It's an incredible lifestyle. Because do you know how that all works? Do you know how that money flows? Do you know why it even comes to you? See, the universe gives money to you in proportion to the value you create. It's like a vacuum. So when you create a lot of value and a lot of products and volume is what we call it in this business, you get a lot of money in return. So if you want to be the type of person that can have $30,000 in a weekend and earn that type of income, then you have to create how much volume? Well, do the math. But it's achievable because you know what it is. If you don't know what it is, you're just fooling yourself and you're in fantasy. Get out of fantasy and understand that this is real. Okay, I'm not here to send any of you out of here with fantasy. I'm here to send you home with what's real and what's possible for you. I want you to call your team members right after this presentation and say, you know what? That $1,000 a month goal you told me is possible for you, Judy. I know how, and I'm going to show you. We just saw it today. Hey, Tom, you told me you wanted to replace your full-time income of $5,000 a month. So you no longer want to work at the school, but you want to do after-school programs, help those kids, and you just want to be with your family the rest of the day. Hey, that's possible. I got the plan. This is real. I want you to get out of fantasy and into what's real. I got to ask you, if you invested in a restaurant or a bar, we got lots of bars in Chicago, invested in a restaurant or a bar, let's say a Subway. You spent $20,000 on your franchise fee, spent $50,000 on securing the building and doing some build-outs. Would you be pissed if you didn't make any money in your Subway and you only had the doors open on Wednesday nights from 1 a.m. in the morning to 3 a.m. in the morning? Would it be Subway's fault or your fault? See, some of you have goals to get paid like a real business, yet you don't treat your business like a real business. I want to remove that fantasy for you today and say that if you desire to have a real business that pays you $1,000 a month or $10,000 a month or $30,000 a month, you need a real system to follow that actually creates results, and you actually have to do it. Does that make sense? If I give you this roadmap and you don't do it and you're not successful, it's not the roadmap's fault. Is that fair? Whose fault is it? Mine, right? Is that right? It's my fault. Understand that as we get into this, because it's really critical. So let's talk about the first step, and then we'll get into contacts. So the first step is how easy it is to go ahead and share those links. This is what it looks like, gang. Share done for you articles. We're not live on the internet, we're on the PowerPoint, but you can see right here, here's articles, and more are loaded all the time. And you can see some links over here. You see copy, you see share on Facebook, tweet on Twitter, Google+, LinkedIn. I want you guys to see something here. All you have to do each day for your passive internet marketing, besides the active marketing you're doing, is log into your system, read one, and then share it. When you click share, do you need to make a bunch of claims? You don't. Something's really important. John Ward was up here earlier, and John shared his story about sleeping better with the hemp vape. Did you hear John's story? You weren't asleep from food coma after that big lunch? No? You heard John's story. Now, I don't need you sharing John's story and writing out how John's sleep was so much better. Those of you in this room who have those stories, like John, and those of you who have those stories in your own life, need to leave the doors at the next break and get it filmed back there. And the reason why is the whole community needs you. The whole community can benefit from your story and what the products have done in your life, because we can put it up compliantly here on the blog, and everyone can share your story. You guys get that? So you're a part of this. You have to understand that. It's your stories that make it all successful. You guys know that? It is. It's the truth. It's cutting through all the sales, marketing materials, and all that, and saying, hey, these are just the real experiences people are having with our products. And you can just share those stories. So you can say, hey, great article I read about my friend Joanne and what happened in her life with these products. That's all you have to write. Great story that happened about my friend Tom. Great story that happened about my friend Joel. Oh my gosh, great article I just read today. You don't have to make any claims in your posts. You can hashtag it up and get more traffic, but you don't need to make any claims. Is that cool? All right. Awesome. Now some of you say, I'm not on Facebook, I'm not on Google+, I'm not on LinkedIn. Just it's okay, throw up your hand, but you have email, right? Who has email, right? You're not there, but you got email, right? It's okay. We have people who are young and old in this crowd, and it doesn't matter. See that copy button right there? You can click copy, and that'll copy the link for you, and you can go send an email to your friends in your Gmail account or whatever it is, and just send them a link. Hey guys, great article I read this week. Just like you send that out. Is that easy? I love it, right? Okay. So can we all say, I can do this? I can do this. Really? One more time. I can do this. Awesome. So what happens when you share the link? Whose ad is this? Yours. Yours. It becomes yours. It's awesome. Let's get into the rest of the system. Power tools. Now, what I just walked you through about getting customers and getting BAs is all you need to know to be successful. As you grow your check and you earn $500 a month and you earn $1,000 a month, you'll start to reinvest in your business, right? Doesn't that make sense? Doesn't it? Yes. When you start reinvesting in your business, it makes sense for you to scale the real business. Instead of going outside of Kannaway to get the power tools that you're going to require when you scale your business, they're all inside in your subscription. You know what's incredible? I used to pay over $400 a month as a distributor on all sorts of different tools with my little strung together system before I was in the systems business to try and make my business work. For $15, your distributor fee you already pay, you guys are in. Isn't that crazy? That's cool. That's cool. That's for your leaders. They love you guys. They do it. So let's talk about it. The first part that's critical in your business, I only got 12 minutes left, so I'm going to share this with you, and this is the most critical part, is categories. We're going to be doing more training on categories very soon. You need to watch your emails. You're going to be getting a link to a webinar broadcast. It'll be myself and Ray, or myself and the team on a training showing you about categories. I want you to write down there's 2 ways you should be using categories in your business. And this is the part about the rubber hitting the road, about treating your business like a real business. I have a commitment for each of you that I'd like you to make. If you truly desire to earn that income in your life, here's one belief and one rule you have to follow. I put every contact that I connect with in my life into my system. That's the behavior. Okay? Can you do that? Yes. This is why. If you leave them on scraps of paper or on an Excel spreadsheet, or you leave them in your rumpled up business cards in your pocket, they're sitting in your car, they're on your phone that you're going to call someday maybe if you remember to, is your business going to grow? You need what David Allen calls a trusted system for your brain. I treat my brain like a computer, and you think of a computer as RAM, right? It's the operating, what it can operate in. I try and keep that empty so I have trusted systems in my life. Your trusted system is the contact manager. When you connect with someone about Kannaway, you put them in your system so you can let them out of your brain and you can focus on the person you're connecting with in the present. Does that make sense? No, that's a little complicated, but I want you to get that. So you're going to have 2 types of categories in the system. You're going to create different categories. You can create as many as you want in the system. You're going to have categories that help you first track your leads, so track your ads. You can create categories in the system and say, my Facebook red ad, my Facebook blue ad, my email ad swap, my Craigslist campaign. And you can create them, and the system will give you these little links, like $8401. It'll give you a little tag, and you just put it on the end of your link for that ad. And every time people fill out the form from that ad, because of that little tag, what do you know? They go into the proper category. That's how pros build their business. So if think about this. If you're earning $1,000 a month in Kannaway, and it's time for you to reinvest, I know I'm messing up the cameras because I'm down here low with you, but I want you to get this part. And you decide you're going to budget $200 a month. Do business owners track what happened to that $200 a month? Yeah, right? You track it. It doesn't take that long. You just go create categories. If you're going to do 3 ads with that $200, you create 3 categories. You pay for the ads. At the end of the month, you can pull up that category and see how many people came from that ad. What does that tell you? Where to put your money next month. Wow, this group's advanced. You guys got it. That's right. That's all it is. Is that simple enough? We don't need hardcore math. You guys are all right. You can do that. Okay. There's a second type of category that's critical. And you'll use this category from your phone all the time in the system, and you'll use it from the back-end system. And that's what I call the exposures category. So just like our dating example, how everyone doesn't get married the first time they meet the other person at Starbucks, right? People don't join your business that first time. How many people got started in Kannaway after their first exposure? First time they saw it, they clicked and signed up. Cool. Second exposure, throw up your hand. Third exposure. Fourth exposure. Fifth exposure. Took me 9 exposures to my first company before I joined. The average person takes from 5 to 7 in this industry. You guys aren't average. People are way more excited about you. But it's important that you create categories for each step. We'll get into this in our other training, but I just want to wet your whistle and let you think about it. So you can create categories for things like a 3-way call, a home meeting, a one-on-one. You can create categories for, I invited them to the webinar. You can create categories for the Super Saturday. Yeah?
Are you going to have this on tape so we can send people to this?
Oh,
This is just so
isn't it awesome? They're recording it right now, and we're going to do more training. This isn't guys, building a system and bringing it into your culture is not a one-hit wonder thing. You know, that's a great point. What was your name? I couldn't see your take. Carol, you're wonderful. I'm so happy you brought that up. Because you know what, Carol, I'm not expecting you to master everything I'm showing you here from the last 30 minutes in just 30 minutes. I don't have that. But I know you could, but I'm not expecting you to master it. We're going to be repeating this information. Ray, we're going to be repeating this a lot. You're going to hear this information a lot. And do you know why? Because it's what works, and it's what we're going to keep teaching. We're going to get the mystery and the juju out of building a business and get back out of fantasy to reality. Is that okay? All right, let's do it. There's a second type of category you're going to have. You're going to have, when we talk about one-on-one, follow-up, 3-way call, webinar, and I like this one. I call the closing list. Some people don't like that, or the decision list. Some people call that we won't swear, like the shit or get off the pot list. You guys know what I'm talking about? They've seen enough. It's time for them to make a decision, right? Now you have those lists, and what happens is when you have someone go to your website, the system automatically puts them into that list. They visited your skincare site. It does that for you because it's smart, all right? And then you call them back and invite them to a 3-way call to meet Joanne because she has some situation with her skin, and Joanna's the same one, so you're going to do a 3-way call and introduce the girls, right? That's a good way to build your business. And so you move her to the 3-way call category. And then you're building your business, and you call the next person, and they're in town, and you're doing a meeting tomorrow night, so you invite them to the home meeting. Move them to the home meeting category. As you follow those steps every day, you're going to be able to work backwards every day when you get up in your business and talk to the people who are most likely to get started today, and then work backwards from there. Do you get that? Amen. You only get that if you run your business like a business. Yes. Why is everyone in the room not earning $10,000 or $30,000 a month yet, right? Because that process isn't happening yet. We're going to get it to happen. And when that happens, nothing can happen except your business grow. Because you're moving people through the steps and you follow it backwards. There's accountability there. Who likes the word accountability? Some of us don't. We're entrepreneurs and we're like, dude, I don't need accountability. Some of you are from states where smoking weed's legal and you're like, hey, I don't want accountability. That's okay. It's all right. I'm not trying to change you. I'm just like Brian Bean. No, don't need to change you. I just want you to understand that accountability is actually pretty cool. If you want your bank account to be accountable to you, paying you every single week and every single month, why don't you be accountable to your actions in your business? You might have some fruit from that. Just try it out. I challenge you. We'll see. You might like that fruit. The reason I'm staying right there in categories right now is because that part is the critical part. It sounds kind of boring and kind of like, oh, I'm not an accountant to account for each of my people. And you think like, man, that's kind of lame. It just takes a second, folks. If you go sit down with a friend at Starbucks for half an hour and you're following up on Kannaway, can't you go to your phone and just tap one-on-one done, decision list, or 3-way call, save? Can you take the 2 seconds and do it on your phone? Cool. That's all I'm asking. Is that fair enough? Yeah. Fair enough. All right. Let's move on. The power tools in your system. Email broadcasting. with merge codes for newsletters. How many of you are familiar with the technology of merge codes? You've heard about merge codes? Mail merge codes. Oh, that's awesome. I love it. You made my day. All these ladies know about merge codes. That's so cool. They're like, well, the youngin' knows what that is, but you guys all know. That's awesome. And all young ladies know. So merge codes, you already have all their information in the database. Their name, their phone number, the city they live in. Any information they give you, you have. So when someone fills out the form on your website, you're going to call them and say, hey, where are you from? And they're going to say, well, I'm from Detroit. So what are you going to do? You're going to type in Detroit in your context manager. So next time you're in Detroit, who are you going to say hi to? Detroit. Right? So when you call them and they say, well, the reason I wanted to get started was to earn $500 extra a month. What are you going to do? You're going to go into your notes section and say, John wants to earn an extra $500 a month. So next time you call him, what are you going to say? How's that extra $500 a month coming? So you want to enter, when you ask questions, you just want to enter that stuff because it gives you clues. It helps you. You don't have to be brilliant and keep it all in your head like Superman. Stop thinking you need to be Superman. You don't, okay? You don't need powers. Be like Batman and use the gear, all right? Some of the guys got it. Use the gear. All right, we only have a few minutes left. The email merge codes allows you to send out email newsletters to anyone and everyone who's filled out a form on your website. And this is great because you can sort by city if you put that information in. You can sort by zip codes if you put that information in. You can sort, you guys understand? So you can sort it. And what's great is you can insert their name. So they're going to open it because the headline says, John, right? Have you heard Tom's story? Then you can send a link to the blog. You guys starting to get this stuff? Starting to see this stuff? Also inside of the system, video email. How many of you are familiar with how video email works? How many of you have gotten the question from somebody, how does that compensation plan at Kannaway work? You get that question? How many of you have made the fatal error that everyone has made once in their life of saying, I'll explain it to you over the phone? Have you guys tried that? Doesn't work. Doesn't matter if they've been in MLM for 30 years and you've been in for 20 years. It ain't going to work. It's a binary cycler, and on the left leg, you can capitalize on 30 points when you... No, it's not going to work. They're not going to get the power of what's been created for you by explaining that over the phone. So what do we do in Kannaway? We send them a video. So we have a video email tool. Those testimonies you guys are all creating out there, we'll take the ones that we can use and we'll put them in the library. So when someone says, man, I have this going on in my life, and can I do this business? I have 3 kids and I don't have enough time. Say, oh, you should hear Samantha's story. She had 4 children, and she actually makes $1,000 a month in our community. Here, let me send it to you on video. Would that be powerful? Yes. When you send a video email and the prospect watches it, you get a text and an email. What? Isn't that awesome? Come on, now you're excited. That's cool. All right, we'll move on from video email. Auto dialer. Auto dialer is going to come into play for some of you later in your life. Some of you are brand new right now, and you're just getting started, and you're making 2 phone calls a day or 5 phone calls a day. You don't need to worry about auto dialer. There's some of you in the room who are making over 50 phone calls a day. Put your hand up. You know who you are? You deserve a dialer. Assisted dialing is a powerful technology. What it allows you to do is take your phone, dial into a system, and record a voicemail. What's your name in the back? You said you call 50 a day? Go ahead. Damon? So Damon, right? Like Damon John from Shark Tank. It's Damon? Okay, cool. What's it? D-A-M-O-N. Got it. So Damon back there, instead of dialing by hand all day to make those 50 calls and taking 8 hours of his day, he can dial into the system, record a voicemail message. Hey, it was Damon here, just calling to connect. Let me know what time would work best. 800-123-1234. Bye for now. And then he can click dial. And it dials the people for him and leaves the voicemail for him on anyone's phones who don't pick up. But if someone answers the phone, he's there to talk to him live. So there's no spam, no one picking up the phone and listening to a and it ending. No. It only dials a number at a time. But if he's dialing 50 people a day, that could take 6 hours by hand. It takes 40 minutes in a dialer tool. Do you guys want to have that 40 minutes or 6 hours? You get your life. So when you're full-time in this business, I kind of laugh. If you're full-time in this business with power tools, you might be working 3 hours a day. You know, tough gig. Someone's got to do it. All right, I know I only have 22 seconds left. We're super close. SMS texting. It's an advanced tool for today. The text credits are free for your notifications to your phone. If you have a free texting plan on your phone, there's no cost. You don't need to buy credits to get all those notifications we talked about. But text broadcasting is going through the same thing that email went through. Okay, folks, it still costs. And so we're down for you guys to a penny a text, okay? We're not trying to score on anybody with selling you text credits. We're trying to be cost. Does that make sense? If you have people who opt into your website and they agree to the terms, you can send text message broadcasts to them. So Damon's sitting there in the back. He's coming to Chicago, doing an event. He can pull up his Chicago folks, his Indiana folks, his Michigan folks, and say, hey, event Thursday night at the Rosemont, right? So you see how this is working. You can blast text 300 people, boom, because they went to your website and they gave you permission. Starting to understand that? Now, those advanced power tools are not for everybody. Coming out of this event today, you don't need to sit in there and figure out how to use each one and master each one. No. I want you folks just using the categories until you're making the $1,000 a month. Okay? After you're making $1,000 a month and you're like, hey, let's put this thing into overdrive, then you can start using power tools. Is that fair enough? Does that sound good? Okay, let's get to our last questions. We'll be done because I'm out of time. I have never used the internet before for a business. Is this really for me? Well, isn't it? Yes. It is. How many of you, when you heard there was a system come in and some tools, thought, man, that's not in it for me, but now you're like, I can do this. Throw up your hand. Right? Perfect. That's what it's about today. I hope all of you can walk out here with that I can do this. How will I learn how to use this system? Carol, I'm so happy you asked. So happy you asked. Well, you didn't learn it all right now. No matter how well I did or bad I did, no one in the room probably is like, got this covered, don't need to learn anything else. Probably not. So we're going to continue to train. I filmed 8 getting started training videos for y'all the last 3 days and put them up. It's about 35 minutes long, so that walks you through how I would use it every single day. So if you want to see a day in the life of what you would do every day in your life and just watch me do it, you can right now in the back office when you click getting started. All right? And that's not all we're going to be doing, all right? What you saw today, I like to sometimes call the machine, right? It's that thing that if you feed it and you do it, it works, right? So you've learned about the machine today, the Kannaway system, the KannaTools. What your leaders are going to be teaching you is how to feed the machine over time. That's the part I want you to be open to learning, right? Is what's some more ways I could feed the machine? But you want to always spend your time on running the machine first. If you're sitting there with this beautiful Lamborghini and you never put oil or gasoline into it, is it going to work for you? No. But if you sit there with a whole bunch of oil and gasoline and your Lamborghini's transmission is out, is it going to drive for you? No. So let's make sure we're always spending our time running the machine, right? Which can be a half an hour a day for some of you. For some of you max, it's going to be 1 hour a day, right, of actually building your business. And then we'll focus on more ways to feed it, right? As long as you're having, my own number is always 5. I see that you guys say 2 in your presentation, but 2 to 5 brand new people every single day that you're connecting with, that's enough to get you to that $1,000 level. It really is. If you're less than that 2 to 5 people a day that you're connecting with, new people, you need to keep feeding it some more and figure out some extra time to keep feeding, okay? Can I use this to track my PPC and email ad swap campaigns? There's some of you in the room. I know who you are. You're the really advanced internet marketers that have come over. We love you guys. And you're saying, this is great for everybody, but can I really use this? I'm a little more higher end. You absolutely can. We have all the tracking tools with categories for you to be able to know if your campaigns are working powerfully inside of the system. So if you're that person and you're really advanced and you're saying, hey, can I be using this for me? Yes. If you have questions, we have a live chat and a support team to help you, but you can use this. It's powerfully. Some of you in the room already have funnels you're using. You say, hey, I'm an internet pro, and I already got this rockin' funnel that's working for Kannaway. Can I use that here in the system? You know, we did something really cool to protect the compliance of your company forever. This was really neat. It had to do with training and sales pages. Compliance is really important. We don't want people saying that hemp is marijuana, right? No. No one in the room wants that. So if you have a special sales funnel or sales video that's working for you, or you have special training for your team that's working for your team, you want to put it into the system. So it's all in the one place where corporate can check off on it and release it to your team. You have the ability to have private sales funnels that are just for your teams that are password protected. So if you have something that you've already been using that's already been working, let's send it into compliance, and we can talk about how it can be put up for you. We have private team training rooms in the system. So those of you that do your own trainings and you have other training websites people are going to, no need to be sending them to other training websites. You can have your own team training room. and you can put it in the system and have a little password where your team can access it. We think about these things to keep you compliant and to keep the whole company compliant and to help in that way where compliance isn't a burden, but it's a blessing. Because we all want to be around forever, right? Or half of us want to be around forever. Everyone else is wondering what's going on because Ben took an extra 6 minutes. All right. And our last one, what is possible now? Anything. So stand up, look to your neighbor on your right, and say, now your dream is possible. Look to your neighbor on your left and say, did you get it? All right, give it up for your Kannaway team. Let's go. Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ben Dixon.